Long ago in ancient Greece, there lived a young prince named Theseus in the city of Trojan. His mother was Princess Aethra, but his father's identity was a mystery. Before Theseus was born, a man had left a sword and sandals hidden under a massive boulder, saying, "When your son is strong enough to lift this stone, send him to me in Athens." When Theseus turned 16, his mother took him to the boulder and revealed the truth. His father was Aegeus, the king of Athens. Theseus lifted the stone with ease, claimed the sword and sandals, and set off on the dangerous journey to meet his father. Theseus could have taken the safe sea route to Athens, but he chose the perilous land path, eager to prove himself a hero like his cousin Heracles. Along the way, he encountered terrible bandits and monsters, defeating each one with cleverness and courage. He met Periphetes, a cruel giant who bashed travelers with an iron club. Theseus wrestled the club away and struck him down. Then came Cenos, the pine bender, who tied victims between two bent pine trees and tore them apart. Theseus gave him a taste of his own medicine. Next was the Crommyonian sow, a monstrous wild pig that terrorized the countryside. Theseus hunted and killed it. Then he faced Scyron, a bandit who forced travelers to wash his feet at a cliff's edge, then kicked them into the sea, where a giant turtle devoured them. Theseus kicked Scyron off the cliff instead. Finally, he defeated Procrustes, who stretched or cut his victims to fit his iron bed. By the time Theseus reached Athens, his name was already legendary. But danger awaited in Athens. King Aegeus had married the sorceress Medea, who recognized Theseus immediately and saw him as a threat to her own son's claim to the throne. She convinced Aegeus that this stranger was an assassin and persuaded him to poison Theseus at a welcome feast. As Theseus sat at the banquet table, he drew his sword to cut his meat. Aegeus recognized the blade instantly. It was the one he'd left under the stone. He knocked the poisoned cup from Theseus's hands just in time. Father and son were joyfully reunited, and Medea fled Athens forever. But Theseus's greatest challenge was yet to come. Athens was under a terrible curse. Years earlier, King Aegeus had caused the death of the Cretan prince Androgeus. In revenge, King Minos of Crete had defeated Athens in war and demanded a horrifying tribute. Every 9 years, Athens must send 7 young men and 7 young women to Crete to be devoured by the Minotaur. The Minotaur was a monster with the body of a man and the head of a bull, born from a curse upon Minos's wife. It lived in the center of an impossible maze called the Labyrinth, designed by the genius inventor Daedalus. No one who entered ever found their way out. The time had come again for the tribute, and all of Athens mourned. But Theseus volunteered to be one of the 14 sacrifices. "I will kill the Minotaur and end this curse forever," he declared. King Aegeus was heartbroken, but couldn't dissuade his brave son. Before the ship departed, Aegeus made one request. "The ship sails with black sails of mourning. If you succeed, change them to white sails, so I'll know you're alive when I see the ship returning." Theseus promised. When the Athenians arrived in Crete, they were paraded before King Minos and his court. Princess Ariadne, Minos's daughter, was watching.